Before we dive into the scenario proper, I want to quickly highlight my problem solving process for this scenario. It's quite interesting with the trapper because it's pretty deterministic, right? Your damage traps are not really subject to attack modifier, the variance of the attack modifier deck. So the monsters spawn in 3 different locations and there are 3 different monster types. The ones that are the easiest to handle are the Orgox guards because they are melee and they are typically they're grounded and they're typically melee. So if you place 3 traps like so, let me move these out of the way. If you place 3 traps like so, then they will be forced to walk around the mulberry bush. So you can kite them around and they won't be of much of a threat, so you can leave them for last while you handle the other 2 more scary enemies. Of the other 2 enemies, the Wind Demon is, in my opinion, the more urgent one, the more deadly one, because it has the awful combination of being both ranged and flying. So to deal with them, we are going to use the 4 damage traps that we begin with at the start of the scenario. They are at 5 damage because we are playing at scenario level 3. And because I picked Unavoidable Outcome as one of my level up cards, I can guarantee a kill every time I use this with a 5 damage trap next to the Wind Demon. So as a rule of thumb, whenever a Wind Demon spawns, I will immediately kill it, and I'll ensure that there's a 5 damage trap next to it. So we can spend 2 of our starting damage traps like so that we are guaranteed to kill the first 2 Wind Demons. We'll create the 3rd trap later on during the scenario. The Snow Dancers, on the other hand, have 12 hit points, which is a lot, right? Most of our cards don't give us traps that add up to 12 damage, but what we can do is to start with the 5 damage traps here, right? So these are the last 2 traps that we get at the start of the scenario. And then if we use Extra Teeth to walk into this particular hex, we are able to destroy both of these 5 damage traps and create a new 10 damage trap within range 2. And because we have proficiency, Proficient Hunter to be exact, where we can increase the damage value of a trap that we place each turn, it becomes 12 damage, which is exactly enough to get the kill. So that is the general outline of how I set up this scenario, and it also informs some of the cards that I will be bringing this. We will be playing our cards from left to right. Since the first enemy does not spawn until the 3rd round, we have some time to set up, and so we'll just play our first 2 cards. We'll begin with Proficient Hunter, which allows us to enhance the damage values of our trap by 2 each round. So we'll put that Persistent up, and then we'll use Honeypot to move 3 steps, and then create a Heal 2 trap. Because of Proficient Hunter, this goes up to 4. It's not very relevant, it's mostly there just for pathing purposes. On the 2nd round, we will play Extra Teeth, bottom, to move 2 to this hex, and then destroy all adjacent traps. So I'll destroy this and destroy this to create a new trap with a combined trap value of 5 plus 5, that is 10. We'll put it here. Because of Proficient Hunter, this goes up to 12. Our character is here, so that is within range 2 as required. Then next, we'll play Spike Pit's Top. This is a 3 damage immobilized trap. Right, so that is done. And now at the start of the 3rd round, an Orgox guard spawns right here. We are going to play Pyrotechnics and Ball Catcher, and as a general rule of thumb, we'll usually take the faster initiative so that we have more control over the battlefield. So we'll begin with Pyrotechnics bottom, move 3, and enhance the next trap's damage by 3. We are going to move here, which allows us to place Ball Catcher. This is a 4 damage trap. However, the damage increases by 3 thanks to Pyrotechnics and 2 thanks to Proficient Hunter. So 4 plus 3 plus 2, that is a 9 damage trap we have going here. And the Orgox Guard will path around all the traps and obstacles to get to me. So that's a move 3. That's move 2, move 3 is like so. And we move on to the next round, where a Wind Demon spawns. So here we are going to play Caltrops and Unavoidable Outcome. Alright, so I do have the option to outspeed the Wind Demon by using my Boots of Speed. I think I am going to exercise that option just to avoid the damage that the Wind Demon deals and also to consume the wind. So I'll move myself up to initiative 15, which brings me even ahead of the guards, but this will cost me my Boots of Speed. I'll use Unavoidable Outcome here to hit the Wind Demon. And I may as well tap my Spyglass because I'm planning to long rest at some point. This should do some damage. Okay, this is a +1. So the damage doesn't really matter. Even if I drew a null here, it's a guaranteed kill because I get to fling the trap behind onto the Wind Demon. This is 5 damage and so it dies. So that is guaranteed. And then I'm going to use Caltrops here to run away. I'll move here. No, I'll move one more step further, so that I am not within range 4 of the Snow Speaker that will inevitably spawn on round 5. The idea is that by being out of range of the Snow Speaker, if it pulls a move card, which I'm really hoping it does, it will move closer towards me and be forced to impale itself onto this trap right here. Right, so the Wind Demon is dead, and the Orgox Guard does nothing. On the next round, Snow Speaker spawns, as well as another Inox Guard. Here I declare that I'm going to take a long rest, and I hope that the Snow Speaker will come towards me. Wonderful, it does. Alright, so the Orgox Guards first perform a move 2. Then the Snow Speaker attempts to get within range 3 of me. I choose to let it take this path here. It snaps the 12 damage trap and dies on the spot. So it does not even get to generate its element because it dies before being able to execute the rest of its abilities. So it is dead, and I get to take my long rest, recovering both my items and my cards. I will lose Honeypot to this long rest. And now we have to spawn a Wind Demon here. This is round 6. This is something that we have to deal with immediately, so we'll play this usual Caltrops and Unavoidable Outcome combo. I have a guaranteed kill on the Wind Demon here. The only question is, do I exercise my use of Boots of Speed to outspeed the Wind Demon? If I let the Wind Demon go first, it will do some damage to me and pull me closer. Not a very big deal. I think having the good Boots of Speed for subsequent rounds will be far more valuable, especially when dealing with the next Wind Demon or the Orgox Snow Speaker. After all, this is a fairly benign attack, no disarms or immobilizers or any weird status effects. So we'll let the Wind Demon take its course and perform the attack. We will tap the shield here to mitigate the incoming damage, and then we'll proceed with our turn. We play Caltrops' bottom to move into position. I always want to move onto this coin position here, not just to take the coins, but also because I'll be within range 2 of my traps, which will be helpful if I draw this exact attack modifier. So the kill on the Wind Demon is guaranteed because I can always fling the 5 damage trap on it for a kill, which I'll do right now. Then the question remains, what do I enhance with this attack modifier? So I enhance the 9 damage trap so that it becomes 11 damage. This brings it closer to one-shotting the Orgoxes. With that out of the way, the Orgox Guards now perform their move. An Orgox Guard spawns this turn, and as it turns out, they are doing nothing. So I get free reign. This turn, I'm not going to bother with the Orgox Guards. I'm actually setting up for the Wind Demon that is about to spawn next turn. I intend to kill it with Dismantle, because Unavoidable Outcome is in my discard pile right now. So Dismantle requires that I am next to a trap at the end of my turn. So I use Pyrotechnics to stay on the spot and to activate its ability, so that when I create the spike pit, the spike pit does an extra 3 damage plus an extra 2 damage from Proficient Hunter, for a total of 8 damage. 8 damage may look like overkill, but it's absolutely necessary because unlike Unavoidable Outcome, Dismantle doesn't have an extra attack 2 damage boost, and more importantly, is affected by the attack modifier deck. So if I draw a -1 or even a null, I need to be able to account for that. Also, it doesn't penetrate the Wind Demon's shields, so I actually, with 2 shield, I actually need to do a minimum of 7 damage to the Wind Demon in order to guarantee it dies, and I really want to guarantee it dies. So this is an attack 8 immobilize on the Wind Demon using Dismantle. I'm going to tap my Spyglass here because I cannot afford for the Dismantle attack to draw a null. That would do absolutely nothing. As it turns out, it was overkill instead. I drew the ×2, so the Wind Demon is definitively dead. Now I'm going to use Extra Teeth just so that I can proc my Proficient Hunter on a turn that I'm performing an attack, just to squeeze extra value out of my Proficient Hunter. Basically what this means is that the 11 damage trap next to me is now a 13 damage trap. The Wind Demon is dead, and the Olgok's guards perform normal movement. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the final round where an enemy spawns. This will be an Olgok's Snow Speaker. This one is causing a lot of trouble. I have to reshuffle my modifier deck. And even though I have the Stamina Potion and the Ball Catcher, unfortunately, I'm not able to recur the card that allows me to spring this trap onto the Snow Speaker. I can't recur Unavoidable Outcome. I could recur Dismantle, which does the job. However, if I draw a null on the Dismantle, it's pretty much game over, and I would rather not risk that chance, especially given that I'm doing this at disadvantage without my Spyglass. So I think the only right decision here is to delay the Stamina Potion and to once again and to do a short rest here. This is quite risky. I cannot lose this, so I will suffer 1 damage to lose this instead. Spike Pit. Okay, I'm fine with losing Spike Pit, I think. So here, we definitely play Unavoidable Outcome. We need to kill the Snow Speaker before it does anything crazy. And we'll probably play Caltrops here so that we can have a lot of flexibility with where to move. The Snow Speaker outspeeds us. I think... Ooh, they're doing Hasty Assault. Ooh. Hasty Assault is pretty bad. Yeah, I was really hoping they wouldn't draw a card that allows them to move so much, but since this is what it is, we'll play accordingly. We'll start with Unavoidable Outcome. This is a disadvantage attack, targeting the Snow Speaker right here. Alright, we drew a null, so no damage on the unavoidable attack, but we still get to spring this trap on the Snow Speaker, which kills it. Then we will use Caltrops to move to this corner and pick up the coins. Right, so now, right, I forgot to mention, I'm doing this before the Snow Speakers, so I will tap my Boots of Speed. So, the guards will come after me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Followed by 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. Okay, I'll use my Stamina Potion at this point to recur Caltrops because I need the movement to get out of this sticky situation. And this guard will attack me for 3 damage. Alright. Olgok's Snow Speaker is done. We are left with 3 Olgok's guards and not a very big hand size. Here we will play Caltrops and Ball Catcher. Okay, I expected that. So they do nothing, which allows me to get away safely. 5 steps. And then using ball catchers top to gain an XP and to generate a trap. This is a 4 damage trap. Right here. +2 from Proficient Hunter. So now we have something going here. Okay, that keeps us safe for at least a short while. Right, we are safe behind these traps for now. The next thing we need to do is to start placing traps down here. But I have to be very careful with how I do this. I actually have to be very, very careful. I think the correct move here is to play Dismantle and Extra Teeth. I do want to get Dismantle into my discard so that I can remove it during a long rest. Let's see how that goes. What I do here will really depend on what they draw. They draw nothing special, which is fine, I think. I think this is fine. So my move here is I will use Dismantle to destroy an adjacent trap and add the 6 damage to an adjacent trap. Then with Extra Teeth, I can place a 5 damage trap here and gain an XP. And I enhance it by 2 because of Proficient Hunter. Then on the Olgot's Guard's turn, they will perform a move 3. They will try to focus on this hex here. So starting with this. 1, 2, 3 here. 1, 2, 3 here. And 1, 2, 3 here. Now I'll attempt to long rest. This will be dangerous if they draw their range attack card. I hope they don't draw it. Oh, wonderful. They do nothing, and I successfully pull off a long rest. This is very important because I get all my cards back. And I get to heal 2. And I get to lose a card. I will lose Dismantle here for sure. Now I can start plugging the gap here and have them come towards me. Right, this phase of the game is really tenuous. I only have 5 cards left and I have a lot of HP to work through. This is looking a bit grim, but we'll see what we can do. I'm going to commit the Ball Catcher Pyrotechnics combo. What I do with it will really depend on what card they draw. In this case, they draw a small move. Interesting. I believe I can afford to use Pyrotechnics to move here, and then use Ball Catcher to create a 9 damage trap here. 4 plus 3 plus 2. So this awards me 1 XP. Now that I'm surrounded by traps, they will attempt to path their way through the traps. So number 1, we'll move 2 steps. Maybe I should put myself here instead. I can still execute this move, but what this does is it indisputably causes number 1 to move down here. Right? To this hex here, because it tries to focus on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It tries to reach this hex here. This is a faster way than going this way. Then number 2 will move 2 steps this way, trying to focus on this hex, and number 3 will move this way, focusing on this hex here. Right. I think that is as good as it gets. Next turn, I will not need to unavoidable outcome yet because it is possible to get a kill with unavoidable outcome, but I think I want to continue setting traps up. So I'm going to, because I will need to long rest after this. So it would be nice to have some traps that are effective. So let's commit these cards in, and again, what we actually do with them, even the tops and bottom, which top and I use, which bottom I use, will really come down to what they draw. Hasty Assault. Oh boy. Not going to lie, my chances are looking really slim here. But I can't find a good move here. Maybe I should have played something else. But we'll go with this and see what we can do. So, here's the plan. We are going to use extra T's bottom to move to up, destroying all adjacent traps, the 9 and the 7, to create a 16. This is way overkill, which is why I don't like this move, but I don't think I have a choice. That is the only way I can get these traps to be effective. Then I'll use caltrops to create 2 1 damage traps. One here, one here. This one will be enhanced by Proficient Hunter. So this will be the 3 damage trap, this one will be the 1 damage trap. And I get 1 XP from doing this. Now, Olgok's guards will all path counterclockwise because there are too many traps on this side of the board. So number 1 will go first. 1, 2, 3, it will snap this trap, it will die. Then number 2 will path this way, and then number 3 will path here, and unfortunately I will have to take a hit. I hope this is not a ×2, it is not, it's 3 damage. So 2 damage and the shield is expended. Then I have to short rest here, otherwise I'm in trouble. So let's hope this is a good short rest for me. I'm not happy about losing this, but the main card I need to keep here is Extra Teeth, so we take that. Now I'm going to use Extra Teeth and Unavoidable Outcome. Okay, I'm not complaining. There are many worse things that they could have drawn the range attack, which absolutely hoses me, but that is not the range attack. So I live to see another day. Now I need to think carefully about how I want to do this. This is definitely a move to, I think it has to, I don't see any other way. This is a move to here, using Extra Teeth to destroy the 9 and the 1. This combines into a 10. Enhance to 12 using Proficient Hunter. Now the question is, do I fling it on this or that guy? Has to be this one, because yeah, surely it has to be this one. Surely. Then we will use Unavoidable Outcome on Inox Guard number 3. Do I tap the Spyglass? I don't think there's a need to. 12 damage is guaranteed. So I'm going to save the Spyglass in case I need it in the future. And let's draw. Ooh, hello. Okay. Alright, I think I see a way out. This really helps. So I'm going to enhance. Oh, no, I'm not within range. I'm not within range of this trap. That's a waste. Okay, so, yeah. Alright. Well, I guess I'll enhance this heal trap then. I don't think this matters. But I will fling this trap onto this Olgok's Guard, which secures the kill. Right, and then that's me. I've already done my turn. So now the Olgok's Guard will perform move 2 and strengthen self. Next turn, I'll play my last 2 cards in my hand. Hasty Assault. Ooh, that is pretty tricky to deal with, but I don't think I have a choice. I'm going to move all the way to the back using caltrops, and then Ball Catcher here. Ball Catcher here is a 4 damage trap plus 2 due to Proficient Hunter. I get an XP. There are supposed to be coins on this spot, but they don't appear very well on Tabletop Simulator, so we'll just leave it as it is. So with that done, the Hasty Assault begins. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Strengthen wears off. I am done with my turn. Now I'll declare a long rest. Throwing Axe. This is why I position myself here. If I position myself too far front, it can move here and attack me. But because I'm at the back, it simply moves this way. And there is that. So now I perform my long rest, I heal 2 health, I get my shield back, and I have to lose a card, probably Caltrops. Now I'm down to 3 hand size. I think I can do this, but ooh, it's a bit too close for comfort. I think we have a guaranteed way to win. We are going to play Extra Teeth and Ball Catcher. I think this works. I think so. So we'll play these two cards. Let's key in the initiative. Okay, nothing special. This is fine. We are going to play Ball Catcher here, which gains an XP, and create a 6 damage trap here. Okay, then we will move here, where the coins are. Sorry, that was a 6 damage trap. So 6 plus 6 plus 3 is 15. This is more than enough to take the guard out, and I claim the 2 coins because they were on the spot. Right? So I do that, and the guard performs its nothing special, and it advances towards me. You can see where the endgame is going here. I'm going to take a short rest here, and with extra teeth and unavoidable outcome, I should be able to guarantee the win. So I'm going to keep extra teeth. This cost me 1 health. I'm going to short rest to lose the Ball Catcher, and then I'll play these 2 cards at the fastest possible initiative on my last possible turn. Doesn't matter here. I'm going to use extra teeth, 22. Fling this trap here, unavoidable outcome using Spyglass. It doesn't really matter. Even a null here gets the kill because 15 trap damage is enough for the kill. Oh, that was tough. Oh, it came down to the last turn. It was really dicey there, even though the enemy card draw kind of went my way. But wow, this is a tough solo scenario. Perhaps I could have played. I could have devised a better strategy that wasn't so reliant on enemy card draws. The Snow Dancer in particular posed a huge problem because I was not able to box it in. My original plan was to, for the second Snow Dancer, have some way of fencing it in at the spawn point so that it would self-impale. But I was not able to generate the 3 traps needed to make this happen. So I had to use my stamina potion and my dismantles and my unavoidable outcome in a very suboptimal manner, which was why it got so down to the wire. But scenario is complete officially. Whew. Yeah, nothing else much else to say. That was a doozy. Thanks for watching. See you next time.